challenge when you're the difference between obviously in practice you feel like you're gelling about 25 camp practices in you feel like it's so much better, but what's the difference when you're out there and trying to make adjustments on the fly, especially for you at your position?
Yeah, I mean, when you're in game mode, things are flying around, people are flying around. You got to be able to pick up blitzes and protections. And the biggest thing for us is communication up front. We got to see things through one set of eyes at all times.
There's been some analysis that you guys have been stronger so far this year, pass blocking than run blocking. First of all, say if you agree with that, and if not, why, and if so, why is that?
I mean, I don't know what we've been stronger at. I mean, obviously there's fields we need to work on in both aspects of run blocking and pass blocking. But there's things that we're going to continue to work on moving forward, and I'm sure to see progression in both areas throughout the season.
How are pass blocking and run blocking different? What do you have to do differently? What are the different challenges?
Honestly, it just depends on the team you're playing. If you got a penetrating group of guys, you have to understand how to block them, and you got to know your assignments. But I mean, if you have a group of guys who are more two-gap and you got to block their hands up, head back, and that's kind of what we work on. And pass blocking is the same thing. You just got to know your rusher and know the person that you're playing against.
So it's more about the personnel than it is the.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. All of a sudden you get in that good of a rhythm after struggling during that. I'm talking about the last game, of course.
I mean, I think that's just the identity of this team. We're a team that fights. We're not going to hang our heads when situations get rough. We just came back in second half, and there was never a point I think anybody on that sideline doubted that we could come back and win that game. And I think that's the same attitude we've had all season and moving forward as well.
How do you start off with that instead of needing to respond? 2 of the 3 games you fought all the way back. How do you kind of? I think Josh Adams mentioned anybody can start fast on one drive, but it's those middle quarters that it really takes attention.
I 110% agree with that. Like you say, attention to detail, starting fast. I mean, it's 4 quarters of football, and that's what Coach Kelly preaches to us every time. So, yeah, obviously we do need to start faster, but we need to maintain that momentum as well. That's something that we're working on doing, consistency and a sense of urgency.
Sam, the stats sheet on Saturday said you had 57 yards rushing, so the first impression that comes into minds of people is that, boy, they got dominated at the line of scrimmage. And Mike referred earlier today, after looking at the tape, it wasn't so much a case of that as you fall behind, and now you have to start passing almost all the time. So when you look at it, how did you feel about the game on Saturday? Did you feel that some control of the line of scrimmage there early on?
Oh, definitely. I definitely feel that way. There were plays we blocked well, and there's plays we didn't block well. I mean, Michigan State practices too, and they have a great defense. So credit to them for doing a great job. But, I mean, there were plays we blocked very well, things we got to work on, and that's going to be every week. So.
What's the motivation for you guys now, Sam? You're 1-2. The playoffs are pretty much out of the picture. So, what is this team playing for at this point?
Just the guys to the right and left of us. We want to send these seniors out on the right note, and we love each other. Honestly, this is a very close team, so that's what we're fighting for. We want to make the guy to the right and left of us know that they can count on us to do our job.